Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Pillars of Eternity 2. We're working on the last sanctuary quest line. Let's rotate the wheel into the first configuration. We've already cleared out the area in the previous episode. So we should. Okay, here's the inscription. The roots grow from the lightest boughs. Okay, so I think these are supposed to be your clues onto what you're supposed to do here. So it's talking about roots. Their yield is a welcome reprieve, so that would make me think crops. So koriki fruit. You turn the wheel. I assume press it down. I spring back up, ready to be spun again. Okay, and what's this? Covenant of Safeguard. Those petrified limbs are health and safety in dead fire. Ukaizo's not a limb. Water shaping's not a limb. Luminous Adra, you could kind of use that as a metaphor for it. So let's go with that. You'll settle us into place. Beneath the disc, the groaning of gears sounds once more. All right. And God to give to their chosen people dominion over dark, turbulent kingdom. That's got to be water shaping, right? We'll do that. We'll press it down. A carburetor's grinding sound builds from somewhere deep into this, whether it indicates favorable outcome his remains yet to be seen. All right, and then the last thing is Ukaizo, our origin, our destination, our home. Okay, that makes sense. All right, I should have figured that out probably the first time, but I bet this should be it. Long silence follows, which you're forced to wonder whether or not you input the correct combination, what consequences might follow either way. Manipulating the control panel has rotated the rings of a massive inner disc with a new configuration, one that lines up with a neat precision. The engravings intersect in the manner that forms the shape of the dead fire. The emerging image is not exactly a map, but an index of islands and coordinates organized in relation to each other. You recognize several sighted locations containing nothing but open water. Charting a path by its obsolete system would be impossible. The world of Ukaizo stands out from the other named islands. You take a rubbing of the disc and its completed form. Judging by your surroundings, this coordinate system has gone untouched for a millennia. Your findings may be of interest to someone. All right. So then should I destroy the disc? Yeah, we'll leave it intact just in case. All right, so what does it want us to do now? Return to the prince. Okay. So let's do that. I have the bonus that's supposed to make us run faster through water, but I guess nobody's going to move through water quite like Tekehu. He is a water-based godlike. Now we need to go back to Nekataka, correct? That's where the prince is at. Village is kind of a pain in the butt to get to. Are they chasing us? Kind of seems like it. Maybe they're just coincidentally going the same route. All right, we're in with no fuss. head on up to Serpent's Crown. And the prince is in the main hall, if I remember right.
Interesting.
Do not leave me in suspense, I say. Have you found Matario Cozy?
A riddle on the island pointed the way of Ukaizo. The prince accepts the chart in silence, holding up in the light, poring over every detail with interest. His hands tremble as he holds the paper.
An unusual accounting of the isles, I say. Each one measured in relation to.
Do you have what you need to find Ukaizo?
If I did, my sister would hold a parade in your honor.
Oh, I guess I gotta go get something else.
Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all.
Okay. Sailing on chartered waters wasn't cheap.
Ikera, here, for your expenses.
Excellent.
When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost Ukaizo. Watcher, I take it that none of my people escaped the clutches of that island.
No, they did not.
I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and in the vague hope.
Yeah, it was a pretty sketchy spot.
May Ngati thank them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas.
The barcloth was a message from the Wahaki to deter any visitors.
For what do they protect Matario Cozy when its knowledge could help all Huana? One day I will have words with their Ranga to settle our differences.
Okay. Nothing else to report.
This is much to learn in a day, even for this warrior. I sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my conscience this day.
This served you admirably and we're one step closer to Ukaizo.
Ikera, just so. May all who fell on Matario Cozy slip through the eel's jaws. Huana and outsider alike. But on to brighter times, I say. If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest.
Okay.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Alright, it's been a pleasure working with you.
You say this now, but Onikaza pays better than her royal pinch fist of a brother.
Excellent.
May the wind caress your sail.
Captain, a word?
What's up?
You came to the dead fire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison.
I kind of like helping out.
We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
Yeah, it's not really bothersome.
Oh no? You have not been the savior of an archipelago as long as some of us.
Letting out a sigh and planting his hands on his hips, Tekehu grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours, makes no move to break contact. Let's look deeply into his eyes. He nods slightly, grin spreading across his features, but makes no worse. Let's keep looking. Something in the black pit of his gaze draws you in, then you realize you took an unconscious step closer. Tekehu doesn't move, you can smell the ocean on his skin. Let's reach out and touch him. He allows you to trail your hands across his collarbone. Tekehu's cheek rises and falls deep with every breath. He smiles The smile he wears is both knowing and excited.
It is relaxing to lose yourself in another, I say.
Oh, are we hitting on Tekehu? Is that what's going on here? I think that's what just happened.
I am feeling braver than normal. Ikera, a good captain has that effect on their crew.
Oh, whoops.
All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
Tips his head coyly to side, letting his hair drape down with a moist squish. Let's do it. Just you, pretty fish.
For once, Ngati answers my prayers.
Oh my.
Captain, I would speak plainly. Are you as excited by the possible? What I mean is, if we were to...
Let's say I'm intrigued. Speak on.
If such things interest you, my last haphazard coupling was not so long ago. In Nekataka, in fact.
Sounds like you have a story to tell.
Ikera, I am the hope and destiny of my people. My heart is full of stories. She was a godlike, one of Amira's brood. Her hair is neat and orderly as a raven's wing.
Okay.
We found each other in the market and made ourselves comfortable behind a fishmonger's stall. She left me this as a keepsake.
Holding up a feather to the light.
I never knew her name. Now I do not have to suffer the pangs of forgetting it.
Sighing, he lets the feather fall from his hand. A light breeze carries it away. Didn't you want to keep that?
Most desperately. But I do not cage love or force it to be anything but itself.
That's fair enough.
A bird fluttered away. She was not mine to keep.
That's a pretty fast seduction on your part.
Well, it helps when both parties are beautiful, full of desire, and have no afternoon plans. I was expected at the guild hall, but one must have their priorities.
Right, priorities. Let's be off so I can let the story play out in my head some more.
As you say, Captain. I do not want you to misunderstand. I am a sea anemone, hungry and eager to close around stimulation. I would draw you in with care, with patience.
I'm hesitant to call that sexy. I'll allow it.
Ikera, then may we put up a merry chase for each other.
He looks you up and down, thumbing his chin, clearly appreciating what he sees.
We could blunt our teeth on more idle chatter, but I cherish the suspense. Come.
He tips his head to indicate the path before you. Tekehu finishes speaking, words slow to a crawl, sensation seeking the water begins to overtake. We'll surrender this to the sensation.
I want better for him than you.
Oh. Ngati's great bulbous eyes narrow to grin picks. More is left unspoken, but you feel his lung constrict as salt water fills your nose. The world once again reasserts itself, the sensation of moisture and death pulling away with some resistance. Tekehu fans his hand over his mouth and yawns. Okay.
Captain, what has been your most impressive feat of seduction?
Orlands.
Ha! Very good, I say. I once bedded a Rawatayan admiral without exchanging a word.
I think I'm ready for story time.
One of the Hazanui passed through Nekataka on a diplomatic mission. She insisted on visiting the Water Shapers Guild. Surveying the competition, I say. Myru paraded me before her, thinking I alone could intimidate Rawatai's fleet. Gods, Captain. Her muscles had muscles. She had all the delicacy and grace of a clenched fist. I wanted a taste of this power. She mentioned offhandedly that her ship needed repairs before the return voyage. I say you can imagine what happened next.
Oh, do tell.
I heard that she spent her evenings in the officers' lounge, strategizing over drinks.
Oh.
I covered my magnificence under a peasant's cloak and made for the brass citadel. The guards at the lounge would not grant me entry at first. Not until I explained that I was the evening's entertainment.
You didn't.
I did. Naturally, my story checked out when they realized I was nude under the cloak.
Oh my.
I presented myself before the stunned officers. Hazanui wore an expectant smile.
Alright, I like Tekehu.
Winking at her, I mounted one of the map tables and gyrated to some of Rawatai's bawdiest sea shanties.
A lost eyes through his nose.
When enough was enough, the Hazanui signaled for everyone to clear the room, and the war games began.
Alright, how'd that go?
She bade me lay down on the map. Once I was situated, she chided me for leaving my borders unprotected. Naughty boy that I am.
Oh, this is amazing.
Her armada sailed against my island with a heavy assault. She bellowed the most vile and depraved orders. In the end, I stole back the advantage, firing a cannon across her port side and leaving the magnificent vessel crippled in the water.
As your captain, I am intrigued.
Ours was a battle of endurance, not tactics, but I cherished winning a victory for the Juana.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't there to see that.
Well, it does not take much to get my hips shaking, I say. Though I appreciate any encouragement.
Let's be off. After hearing that, I need some time alone.
Be kind to yourself, Captain. Make sure there is something left for me.
Something I can do?
That is awesome. All right, now back to the game. Oh my. We might be ready for the Overgrowth quest line. I kind of want to gain at least one more level before we go back there. That Kraken definitely whooped our butts. That's waiting for Animancers. We got a couple of bounties. We got Honor's Guess. We can go to Harbinger's Watch. What's skipping ahead? Oh, that's the waiting for the Animancers. Burka's Folly, we need to gain some levels for. Tidy Performance, we could probably do. Where were these guys at? In King's Coffin. Let's do this. We'll do Tidy Performance. And then we'll probably have to do a couple bounties to gain some levels next. Yeah, let's get this one done. It's quick and easy. We're looking for a blue anima. Where's he supposed to be? Blue skin anima and lifter's refuge. Oh, that's not what I... This one. That's on the island of Dunnage, right? Pretty sure that's correct. Where's Dunnage? There it is. I don't think that's too far away. We are getting close to the point where we might want to consider resupplying. Yeah, Yeah, we're down to just drinking water. And drinking water hurts the crew morale. Somehow. They said the Blue Anima Man and Lifter's Refuge. I think we got the other two people already. This is the only one we didn't get. And then we got sidetracked with other
I wish
quests.
I had seen Cadnua before the Colossus trampled it. How many guests could the master bedroom accommodate? Comfortably, I mean.
He's not letting up. That's a Blue Anima Man.
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you?
How would you feel about playing Aethys on stage?
What? I'm no actor. And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is.
Believe you me, you're perfect for the role.
You really think so?
Yes.
Maybe I do have a mug made for the stage. I sure got the voice for it, eh?
You do.
Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
All right, we will do the same. Turn to peg leg at Radiant Court. We can get out this way, can't we? Yeah. Remember British-looking thugs emerge in nearby alleys? Well, they're about to get their butt kicked.
Well, well, if it isn't Arca's new business partner. That's quite a lot of coin you two exchanged.
Let's see. Let's try to BS him. Who? Never heard of this Harper you're talking about.
Don't bother lying. Several of my men saw you at the King's coffin. Looks like Arca's hiring new muscle and coming out of retirement. And I can't be having that now, can I?
I mean, you could have it.
Think I'll send him your head. As a reminder to stick to selling grog and flea-infested beds.
Well, that didn't work at all. Either way, I would imagine these guys probably aren't pretty tough.
Don't underestimate
It would be easier if Eder he quits running around and just picks a target. I don't think we're in a lot of danger here. Keep an eye on everybody's health bar. I think we're down to one guy that's stunned already.
What do you need?
And all they got in this area, probably. Let's just get out of here. I normally search these little random encounter areas, and you typically don't find anything, so we'll just move on. We'll loot what the ruffians had and call it. All right, so we're looking for Peg Leg. I think is he not the one on the stage? I thought he was.
Thanks muchly for bringing Taena back to us. Her storm and weather spells will really strike an atmosphere for the play. And now that we've got a real big brute for Aethys, we can put on a proper play.
You can.
Stick around for the performance. I think you'll be plenty pleased.
All right, did we get a show? Nice. Let's see. Oh, we all got front row seats.
Ladies and gentle pirates, and rapscallions too, you are in for the truest of mental treats. Without further ado, I present the Green Menace. Let us begin with our valiant new blood crews, the Lusty Rudder and Fortune's Folly. Two ships adrift at sea for weeks and weeks on a venture most daring, in search of the uncharted islands.
Ooh.
woe and torture. Months at sea with no treasure to show for it. You sure these uncharted islands exist, Captain? We ain't seen land for days.
Were they easy to find, they'd be called the Chartered Islands, wouldn't they? If you're thinking to mutiny...
Land ho! Land ho! Got a lumpy-looking island coming on the horizon.
That's no island. That be the Green Menace. We're doomed for sure.
Souls and gold and glory, you will give these to me. For I am a god among gods, and a true menace upon the seas. Souls and gold and glory. Blame the Dawn Stars, for they have summoned me.
Oh my.
And now, I must feed.
This will be the end for us, it will. Oh, Andra, take me now.
Blasted amazing, the crowd says.
And that's the story of how Aethys sank a fleet of our best tars. Like the floating hangman, you see the Green Menace coming, you sail the other way. Thank you. Donations and gratuity are greatly appreciated.
All right, well, that was a
They
neat little
loved
thing.
us, do you think? They goddamned loved us thanks to you.
Not a problem. All right. And tidy performance is completed. Raises the question what to do next. You got a handful of bounties. We haven't done the mapping the Archipelago quest line quite some time. Explore the islands around Tikawara. Sounds of the photographer's birth. This time she pointed me islands surrounding Hawana village of Tikawara. He makes claim of 3 islands forming a rough approximation of a triangle around Tikawara. Let's do this. We'll need to resupply before we leave. Supply. Let's get some. We'll get some fine Adrian mead. Get 100 of those. And we'll get 50 more rice just to be safe. So there should be islands forming a triangle around Tikawara. Let's get our new supplies equipped. We got 20 more water, more lager. We're in good shape there. Yeah, I'm good with that. Tikawara. So I'll head in that direction. I think. What did we do on Tikawara? That wasn't the first city we went to. I don't think. Maybe I'm not remembering right. Maybe Tikawara was the first big city we went to. It's been a while since we've been there. It says there's 3 islands that make a triangle around it that we need to explore and map. Oh, there's a storm right there. Good thing we went north of that. Alright, so we'll zoom out some. No, that's not going to help very much. Let's check the actual map itself. We got Poko Kahora right there. I guess we'll head south and start clearing this out, and north and clear that out. This is an unidentified location. That might be one of the islands we need to go to. And we got some free stuff right here. Might as well collect that. All right. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to call that an episode. So we'll search for the rest of these islands next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have a good one.